Hey man, what it is, what it is, what it is, YouTube, you know what it is. It's your boy the Moose, Moose Squad. Let's kick it.
Body jumping off wild like a zoo. Doors bust open, yeah, there's something too. Boots on the loose, sipping on that brew. Folks got it quick, they ain't got a clue. Juice got the juice, dancing in a groove. Knocking over tables, nobody improves. Who's stomping hard, he just feel it, use juice. Party on the edge, everyone amused.
Okay, don't put that in there. Okay. Hey man, how y'all doing today, man? Hey, so I heard a song that took me back in the day, and I wanted to go ahead and pitch this video to y'all. 21. Now notice I said 21, not 20, because the last one is my pick. Is not necessarily number one, but it's actually in my top 7. So, and then I forgot about him, and I just gone ahead and thrown it in there, and we'll get into that as he comes into play. All right. So here are my top 20 pitchmen of all time. All right. So here is my top 21 pitchmen of all time. Number 20, Iggy and the Stooges. Iggy Pop, the frontman antics and their natural brutal conclusions, doing everything one can imagine in front of the crowd, from cutting into his flesh to whipping out his pee-pee and letting the vibe vibrate on the speaker. Beyond the antics, however, his voice resonated as rich as the one of the animalistic and shrieking next. The device fairly would prove immeasurably influenced by the birth of punk rock music. So Iggy Pop is the birth of punk rock.
Just for a steady, I wanna touch your body so fucking.
Number 19, Joe Strummer from The Clash. Unbasically, politically, and deeply humanitarian, Joe Strummer brought a vocal range of punk music few could compete with. Sure, he could belt with the best of them, sneering and ranting about everything from American imperialism and the dead-end jobs to police brutality, but there was one haunting expression in his delivery too. That was as every bit of as expensive as Roy Orbison, and at least until the Clash moved on to a song that required him to rip it up on the stage like Jerry Lee Lewis or Jimi Hendrix.
I'm a radiator grill.
Number 18, as metal forefather Ozzy Osbourne inspired countless vocalists, many of whom admittedly are far more technically profitable, but the Prince of Darkness distinctly toned and melophonic delivery feared the trauma to the moment. Business and menacing necks charged the way to people through and about what the singer could do. Many of the frontmen wasn't there to seduce you, but scare the living shysters out of you. Number 17, 1970 and 1980 had plenty of arena bands with riffs and melodrama to spare, but only one of those had Steve Perry equipped with the rare rock voice that could scale octaves without losing power, toughness, and clarity, with enough character and still be mistakably in its lower resistance. Perry was a weapon that has allowed Journey to both stand out from the pack of descendants and descendants, with signature smashing like Don't Stop Believing and Separate Ways, among the pop culture fixtures and karaoke staples. Best of luck to you in your attempt at them, though. Yes. Number 16. Part frontman, though he would deny in such a title, part human jumping bean, Anthony Kiedis is one of the most captivating performers in his music. He turns each set, no matter if the band is headlining in a festival or playing in a smaller club, into a high-energy show that enlighens priorities live music and physical fitness, making it impossible not to sing and move along with his spirit, scats and screams his way through the band's nearly 4 decades of unsinkable hits. And that is his buddy Flea that's with him.
What I got, you got to give it to your mama. What I got, you got to give it to your phone.
His guitars. Number 15. With operates a 4-octave voice, Rob Halford raised the bar for metal singers of all way up to Valhalla. His meaningful growl brought a howling quad to Judas Priest's chunging hard rock, but his bluesy undercut and his tones to almost sensual when viewing, though, the leather and studs lens of the look. When you toss in his ear-splitting falsetto at the end with an unbeatable once-in-a-generation talent. That's Judas Priest, y'all. All right, the Doors. In the 1960s and 70s, seemingly mythical frontman settled the bounds of performance, navigating between methodological and feared rebellion with the broadening charismatic poetic soul and electrifying stage performances. Morrison became the conductor between realms of consistency and artistic expressions. His voice, a deep yet variety algorithm of raw power. Roadhouse Blues, 5 on 1, and Haunting Delivery, the critical ship Riders on the Storm, possessed an outwardly fear that could plummet into the depths of human emotion, or turn thunderous and transform into a lizard king who wore skin-tight leather pants on stage, often prowling on stage like a sinless moment, and unsettling yet captive presence. Morrison seductively pronounced the fearless expressions of the human psyche and in a timeless muse.
Untrue. You know that I would be
All right, number 13, Van Halen. And notice it's David Lee Roth, not the other guy. Before he launched his solo career as the Clown Prince of Rock in 1985 with his contemporary covers of California Girls, Roth wavered above power chords of another cover, The Kinks' You Rarely Got Me, to prove Van Halen into the Hot 100 for the first time in 1978, with barely chested blonde, a flamboyant frontman. The SoCal band transcended their hair metal wave in the 90s, packing stadiums and topping the Billboard charts, while Sammy Hagar took over lead vocals when Roth went solo, and latter peerless presence, part game show host, part circus performer, remained intact within the band. And when returned from the multiple reunions upon Eddie Van Halen's death from his career on October 6, 2020, Bryson sang the band songs with guitarists way better than any love affair I ever had. And my hat's off to my boy. And I took my hat off, y'all, just to announce that when Eddie Van Halen passed away. But I want to tell you, Sammy Hagar sucked as frontman. Number 12. And leading figure of the Riot Girl movement, Hannah Bikini Kill performers carried an extra weight. The group didn't just want to stage seller shows. It wanted to invert the power dynamics of punk music into the process. Of course, the former of sometimes the principle of the latter with the Bikini Kill and Latina and the Julia Ruin, Hannah fused live wire performances and political urgency like few artists ever have. Now, stop right there. I want to say the the Riot Girl movement. If y'all want me to do a video on the Riot Girl movement, I have some stories to tell about that. So if you want to know, I know a lot about it because I was in the scene about that time. So let me know. Number 11. Tyler has done more to sacrifice industry than just about any lead singer out of the Stevie Nicks. While there has been a far amount of anger on the look, he also had some fun with the idea of gender blending in one of Aerosmith's best songs, You Look Like a Lady. Tyler, who co-wrote all but 4 of Aerosmith's 28 Hot 100 hits, also played harmonic and piano. Harmonica and played the harp and piano, but his vocal powerness, roaring in the generation's rock music, earned him nickname Demon and Screaming. We saw him live at the Bass Concert Hall a couple years back with his country group. I think it was Sister of Ruth, or I forgot what it was, but it was a good. It was good. I'm taking my hat off to him because he basically got into an accident and he can't sing anymore. So his final tour got canceled. But my hat's off to Aerosmith because they gave him tough love and got him sober. I just want to let y'all know that he was about to get kicked out of the band. And Aerosmith and him had a lot of fights because of his alcoholism and his drug abuse. He took it over the edge, and they all stood with him. And he went through treatment and got sober. He's sober now, but my hat's off to him. Number 10. Now this lovely guy is Roger Daugherty. Vocals and from the microphone twirling and the glass shattering vocals of the trademark curly lock, Daugherty and the standing 7. When it came to the frontman, there's a stage presence which is bearable even when he's just standing at the mic bare in his chest, and his full-bodied, powerful vocals. And then there's the screams, the bloody, curly, prime screams of "Won't Get Fooled Again." That comes more than 7 minutes into the song and the purest essence of rock and roll. If y'all want to know, he is from The Who, and he sang a lot of the CSI songs. Actually, all of them.
I'm so hold down the Brighton, I must have played them all, but I ain't seen nothing.
Number 9. Who is this lovely dude? Anyways, Axl's remarkable voice, ability to slithering live presence stood out from the pack and made the dominant force in hard rock, evoking strong emotions and delivering high energy through his songs. Rose hit powerful high notes, ripping rockers like Welcome to the Jungle, Sweet Child of Mine, but shows his full range of unforgettable ballads like Patience Don't Cry and November Rain. Oh man, November Rain. And when it came to fashion trends, he was 20 years ahead of us. His short shorts and shirt around his waist, open leather jackets and no shirt underneath, and the Scottish kilts, the tributes to the Scottish heritage, challenging gender norms, and popped out on stage on MTV. Number 8, gliding across the stage and screens with the unreal cool Debbie Harris. Naturally includes street smart swagger from little thousands of rock frontmen who try much harder, going from a sneaky punk growl of moment to a smooth girl group styled harmony the next. Harry Amber's Blondie's careful constructed song with the laughing and cerebral wink of the unflappable self-possessions of classic America look, and thus the Lynching painting or Chuck Berry songs. Harry wields the amen aura that puts the Mona Lisa to shame. Number 7, an iconic Charles Peterson's photograph of Cobain performing with the Prestige Nirvana in 1991 at Vancouver Commodore Ballroom captures a rock star seemingly defying gravity, hovering upside down and inches from the stage, guitar still hand, and mainstream rock music shook off the glam expressed in the 1980s. Cobain kinetic stage presence fueled Nirvana's Spartan's artistic presence and providing a blueprint for another type of front person. This type who lives and dies by the passion of their performance and not the lights or the confetti around them. Along the way, he became more of a front person. He became a figurehead for the generation, finding identity, the grunge movement. And notice he's playing an acoustic guitar here. Man, he could pick. Number 6, David Scott Mustaine, born in 61, is an American musician who is best known and co-founder, frontman, primary songwriter, and consistent member of the thrash metal group Megadeth. For his time as lead guitarist of Metallica, Mustaine has released 16 studio albums with Megadeth, sold over 38 million records worldwide, 6 albums platinum certified, and won Grammy Awards and Best Performance in 2017 at the 59th Grammy Awards, and took the track to their 15th studio album, Dystopia. Prior to forming Megadeth, Mustaine was the lead guitarist of Metallica. A lot of people didn't know that, but did not appear on any album. He was, however, credited as writer of 4 songs for Kill 'Em All and 2 songs for Ride the Lightning. Mustaine was born into the family of Jehovah's Witnesses. He now identifies as a born Christian. Mustaine has been to rehab throughout his life, fighting alcohol and drug problems, and a brief battle of throat cancer in 2019. Mustaine has been married to Pamela Ann Castleberry since 1991, who has 2 children, Electra and Justice Mustaine. And I'm going to take my hat off to anybody that can kick addiction.
Oh, man.
Number 5. Now, the hybrid band Parliament and the Funkadelics is perhaps the greatest American recording group of all time. Their fusion of rock, soul, science, fiction, doo-wop, and Appleton Sophia Gore Clinton made them one of the appearing invokes of funk. As a front person, Clinton's eyes and ears were mentioned and dispensed sonic as versa antithesis and created a product of singular as it is in singular to unthematic. As a vocalist, Clinton was far from the strongest technical singer and collective voice. I'm going to stop right here. You can read the rest, but I'm going to say that my time in the city, I met RJ, his his adopted daughter, and we got arrested a couple times, serving soup, for food not bombs illegally. So anyways, if you want to know more about that, type in food not bombs air.
When the dog chases its tail, we'll be busy.
Number 4, James Allen Hatfield, born in 1963, is an American musician. He is the lead vocalist, rhythm guitarist, co-founder, and a primary songwriter of heavy metal band Metallica. He is mainly known for the inter-rhyme plan, but occasionally performs lead guitar duties and solo both live and studio. Hatfield is the co-founder of Metallica in 1981. He, after answering by the drummer Lars Ulrich in the Los Angeles newspaper, The Recycler, Metallica has won 9. Okay, I'm going to stop right there. You can read the rest of that. But I do want to tell you that Lars has a lot of influence for getting, I forgot what it was called, but it was a streaming service that they got shut down because they were still in music and not paying for it. But also, he doesn't have long hair anymore. He cut off his hair, and he went to alcohol. He went to treatment and got sober. So now that's why the band sounds different from when he was used to, because he doesn't drink or get high anymore. And the band supported him, and they all don't drink anymore or get high. So, and they all supported him, but that's why, y'all. And I will take my hat off to him, but here we go. I'm still going to take my hat off to this next guy, Jerry Garcia. Jerry Garcia spent most of his career as a anti-front person, eschewing the colorful psychedelic garb and nude suit he wore in the Dead's early years, the plain tees and sonic stage presence. But what Garcia lacked in tradition front person zeal, he compensated in his creative and spiritual engine, leading not just the band, but attracting fans when they were attending and lingering along after his death in 1995. And people followed this dude everywhere they went. The Grateful Dead had hippies galore following. They're called Deadheads, and they go from place to place. Everywhere he played would go. 95% of the people would actually go to the Deadhead lot. They wouldn't even go to the shows. They were just going to party. Anyway.
Straight have cocaine.
Number 2. This colorful guy is David Bowie. He was the frontman of a pure creative and intellectual from the 1960s, debuted through Ziggy Stardust X era and into the 2016 album Black Star. Rolling Stone hailed Stardust as the alter ego that changed rock. Never before had a concept album about an homosexual alien rock star resonated so with the mainstream. How could it? It sounded almost too insane if you didn't hear it for yourself. The stories were fantastical and emotional and acting and urgent. The thing about Bowie was that every creative choice of clear commentary. He spent months in crafting Stardust, orange multiplied image and underwent a web through genre barriers, paving the way for external pop artists everywhere. Y'all ready? Number 1. This beautiful gentleman is the octaval vocal range, deeper catalog of hits. Freddie Mercury was born to be a frontman, and his theatrical stylings of his music, fashion, stage presence and really just life. Made Queen stand out in the British rock scene in 1970. In addition to immediate recognized vocals, Mercury has one of the Queen's biggest songs, penned half of 14 tracks on the band's 1981 greatest hits. The 2018 Bohemian Rhapsody only highlighted Mercury's already legacy, rapping with the band's Vindicated set in 1985. Live Aid ahead of the singer's death from May's complications to 1991 at the age of 45. Another tale of others gone too soon, but between pop culture moments and the air-revelating catalog, Mercury's genius lives on. All right, now, here we go. Drum roll for the Honorable Mention. I didn't put it up there because I wanted to say that when I first heard this band, Walk, we won't go into what was going on at the time, but I can say that when I heard it, it was pretty interesting. And from that point, from this one, I have to take my hat off. I feel bad because all the group that he was with after Pantera lost their life. I don't know if it was an Enraged fan mad because he left Pantera. I don't know. All I can say is my hat's off to you, Dimebag, because you certainly brought those riffs and your talent to the stage. I hope y'all like this video. I tried to make it short as possible, but I hope y'all enjoy it. And 2025 is 25. Deuces. I'm out.
Oh man, I hope you enjoyed this video. Go ahead and leave a comment below. Go ahead and share this video. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Go ahead and ring that trusty bell for more notifications for videos like this and countless others. Smash that like button and check out one of these videos right down here. And deuces, baby.